Hey, what's going on, guys? Adam here from Local Boss, of course, and I have a very, very special guest with me. I have my man Jay. What's up, Jay?
Hey Adam, how you doing? Good to be here. Hello, everybody.
Welcome, welcome. So for those of you who don't know, Jay is a student of mine, and I've been helping Jay for several months now, and really just seeing the transformation in his business has been absolutely incredible. So Jay helps local businesses. He has an agency. And what I put in, really what we worked on Jay's business was getting more clients and getting them to pay more money. So that's the big thing. It was actually getting a consistent stream of clients coming in, so you're getting paid, and also charging high fees for it as well. Because I know for a lot of people, charging high fees can be kind of scary sometimes. So what I wanted to do is bring Jay on and talk to him about the kind of mental shift that happened from going from kind of, charging maybe 1,000 to 2,000, even all the way up to 10,000 or more. So Jay, if you want to just share with the viewers here, before you started working with me, if you want to just share, I guess maybe some numbers, what you were kind of doing per month, what you were doing sales-wise, and then what happened when we implemented the script and dialed in the sales process and really went from there, my man. I'd love you to share it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been quite a journey, right? It's because I still remember when we first spoke, and then, people may be able to, it may resonate with some people where the road ahead in terms of what's possible, but then you always have that niggling doubt inside where you're thinking, that fear, the butterflies. You're like, well, yeah, people are doing this, but can I make that? So when we spoke, there was obviously a lot of strategy and the road ahead was, you laid that out very clearly. But I still remember today, I was still fearful and a little doubtful within myself, if anything. But we were doing around at that time, I think between $3,000 to $5,000, something like that a month. And we just couldn't break the ceiling. You remember when we first spoke, and I was like very frustrated, and I kept talking about ceilings and limitations and, thresholds, because it was like, hey man, I've tried everything. We cannot seem to just, break that 5K a month for the entire sort of company. And yeah, the script we implemented was, that was the first explosion, and when you have an aha moment, it's just such a beautiful thing. And we've had a lot of those, right, since we started working together. Obviously you're like sitting back thinking, yeah, you're used to this. I wasn't. So I was like, whoa, when something clicks, you're like, we hadn't implemented it yet, because I remember when we had the conversation about the script, it's just the stuff we talked about. I was like, holy moly, this is going to work. You just feel it. And then obviously we changed a lot of things in the script, which helped with, and I think this is the most important thing, right? It's the psychology. And people forget this. If you've got, and with what you helped us to implement, these are things you can't learn in one go. It takes years and years to have thousands and thousands of conversations and write up hundreds of scripts, right? And I saw that, and it came together, and it was just it was beautiful. So anyway, I'm just excited about that. And obviously I'm super grateful and thankful. But we went from 2 to 5 and very, unable to break that 5K threshold. And I think the best we did in the space of 3 to 6 months, I think was the whole thing, maybe a little bit less than that. But we were ramping up constantly, but we hit just shy of 6 figures, literally scraping the 6-figure level. I'm talking one sale and we would have broken it. So slightly disappointing, obviously on my side, but hey, it's quite a push. So I can't complain. But that just gives you a little outline and timeline of the story for everyone.
That's awesome, man. We got to get that 6-figure month. We have to get that. So what was it roughly? Were you in the 90s then? Was it there or thereabouts?
It was 97,000. So
awesome.
One sale and we would have been straight over. So it was
I know it's nice to say you broke that 6-figure mark, but I know you're on track this month to probably smash through that. So I think we'll get there. We'll just keep pushing with it. Cool, man. Yeah. So what was it? I mean, here's the thing. I've been teaching sales for a long time, and what I always say is, any business you have, there's 3 things you need to focus on, which is the lead, sales, and service. And you've got a lovely flow of leads. Obviously, we set up some automations to the point whereby you were having people scheduling your diary to actually speak with the business, right? It was kind of like an automated thing in that regard. So do you want to speak on that? You know, maybe the kind of number of conversations you have every month where people kind of book in the calls as well. So this is businesses wanting to speak with you, reaching out to speak with you, and actually scheduling a call. So do you want to just talk about the kind of automation side of it, and you know, how many calls you book in as well?
No, absolutely. So, I mean, I'll give you a weekly idea. It's probably easier. But so when we started, it was very much, you know, my process was cold. It was outreach. It was disparate. It wasn't very targeted. And I think most people start out like that, right? You just get what you can. And I remember when we spoke about it, you were like, really? How have you managed to even, and it was desperate, right? You're always looking over your shoulder. You're like, well, where are the leads going to come from? And when they dry up, that's the scariest moment, because you're like, God, like, I don't know, you know. So every week to week, month to month, there's a battle. And I remember you said you can't live like this. You can't have a business like this because it's not sustainable. You know, you can survive, but if you want to grow, then you need to have a sustainable, constant flow of leads, and not just leads, but leads which are booking themselves in. So all you've got to do, quite literally, once you turn this on, is pick your phone up and have a conversation. And obviously with the script that we built, like, both things come together, you know? And obviously then you can scale, you bring the guys in and they'll start ramping that up for you. So anyway, yeah, I mean, the conversations now, we're looking at like 5 to 10 a day, which is awesome, on the best days that we have. And that's incredible. Like, if you think, you know, when I started, like, I had to make all these cold calls and try to, you know, force the outreach, and now they come to us. And I'm talking like, we switched this thing on. And of course, you know, I want people to understand what this means the world to me, because you're so busy. You've got so many things to do, so many stresses, family and everything else. But the last thing you want to worry about is all of this, you know, how do I get leads? Where do I get them from? Are they targeted? Do they want to talk to me? To now, I look at my laptop, bang, I've got the call. All I need to do is phone that number. Literally, pick up the phone, I phone the number, and I'm having a conversation with a prospect who's qualified, who's interested, and who's ready to listen to what I've got to say. And 5 to 10 of those a day, you know, and with the script and everything that we've implemented, the conversions, you know, have only gone up and up. So you can do the math, right? It's been, I would say, nothing short of a revelation for us and, you know, the business here.
That's awesome, man. So before we kind of wrap this up, I want to speak about having a virtual business and how that's kind of changed your life, because, you know, watching you kind of grow and develop, and also travel a lot as well. Because, I mean, you're in where you at right now? London? I never know where you're at.
Right now I'm in London. Yeah, I was in Lisbon literally 2 days ago, so I just came back.
Lisbon 2 days ago. You've been out to San Diego, Dallas, you know. So, I mean, you're always on the move. You're always traveling. So, you know, how's that kind of changed your life, really? Going from, I mean, what was your background, Jay, way back before that? You know, where was your start in anything? With your, before you had the business, what did you do? And then talk about the kind of transition of living the laptop lifestyle and being able to work from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would like, yeah, it's been you know, you're making me think about it. It's been long and hard, and I think many people can relate to that. You know, nobody makes it overnight. It takes time. But, you know, for me, you know what? It's a great point. I was talking to somebody about this, a friend of mine, in Lisbon, actually, over dinner. And we were talking just over the weekend about, you know, is it just hard work and determination that makes people a success? And I said, yes, but that was never lacking for me, right? What was lacking was a system and a roadmap and a step-by-step procedure where I can just follow it. And I know that if I trust in this, you know, or if it's proven to work, then you've got nothing else to worry about, because you can apply yourself and work really hard. And, you know, but if you don't have a system, if you don't have a map, you're never going to get to where you want to go. So that's what, you know, really occurred to me. Because I always worked hard. I mean, doing 12-hour, 14-hour days. I used to work for a veterinary diagnostic company selling dog cages. So
wow,
that was,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, now it is, but back then it wasn't, I can assure you. But yeah, I've sold people in recruitment. I've sold dog cages, you know, always been at the control of others, always been at the beck and call of other people, especially in a sales company. If you've ever worked in that environment, it's like, what can you do for me? You need to be here. You need to do this. What, you know, come back from lunch. You can't go to the gym, blah, 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 blah. You're a slave. You know, I've been there, so I can say it. I was a slave. Like, you know, there's no nice sort of way to put it. Because I had to be somewhere when people told me I have to be there. And I hated that. You know, I was like, I'm a human being. Why can't I do what I want, when I want, where I want? That was always a big thing for me. So anyway, from that point onwards, I banged my head against the wall many times because, you know, there was many sort of programs and things you see, all this, you know, all this stuff. But the funny thing is, nobody ever gives you a step-by-step system. They give you shiny loopholes. There's always a tactic. There's always something coming up tomorrow, you know? And I went through that, you know, and it was a long journey, but I got frustrated because I never had a step-by-step system until obviously we met, we had a chat. And you know, to begin with, I was a little bit skeptical because we didn't know each other. But when we sat down and I said, right, let's put this to work, you know, it's a proven system. It works. Just follow it. And I did. And it's been, look, Adam, what can I say? You know how much respect I have for you because of what you've helped me to achieve. But now I can live, work, and enjoy myself wherever I want, whenever I want. Just the last few months, I've been in Lisbon twice. So I went to Lisbon, went to Paris, went to Budapest, back to London. And now went back to Lisbon, and now I'll come back to London. I've been out to San Diego, traveled the length and breadth of the States. It's been unbelievable. Like, you know, and the fact that I can take this thing that you're recording me on, and have conversations like this and do my work anywhere because the appointments are just coming in, and I can call from here. It's just great. Headphones on, internet connection, boom. And for me, that's liberation, and that's how human beings should strive to live. You know, we have one life, so we should always make the most of it.
That's awesome, man. On that note, brother, thank you so much. That's amazing. I'm really proud of you, and I love working with you, and I can't wait to see where you go next. I don't know. Where's next on the agenda, Jay? Where in the world are we going next? Have you got something?
Yeah, I do. Funny you should say that. So the back end of the year, I'm looking at, I'll probably go to Arizona, and I'll be going to Dubai and probably spend New Year's in Manila. It's funny. I was just looking at booking that now. So.
Wow. Not bad, huh? What a difference in the dog cages.
Yeah, it's weird saying that now that, you know, out loud, because it's like, you know, you have to pinch yourself sometimes. But you know what? It's earned. It's like you find the right system, you just follow it, you know, and you just got to trust in that to make it happen. You got to move forward and play to win. So
awesome. Play to win. I love that, bro. Play to win. Don't play to lose. Too many people playing to lose.
Of course they do. It's like you do. You know, if you keep doing the same things, you'll keep getting the same results. So,
absolutely. Thank you so much, Jay. Really appreciate it, my man.
No worries. Thanks a lot for everything, Adam. And we'll catch up.
Bro. Thank you.
Yeah.